www.warware.com.
Welcome to day 7 of our Abundant Thinking Challenge. You can think your way into abundance. Have you thought about how God made the heavens and the earth? The Bible says the earth was formless. Darkness was on the surface of the deep. There was nothing in sight. But the Spirit of God hovered above the surface of the deep. He could have complained about everything that was going wrong. But abundant thinking says, yes, in the midst of all the chaos in the country where I live, I choose to focus on possibilities. And that is the thing. The convenient thing is to complain. But you see, abundance exists. Look at the bushes every time you drive. That's abundance. Those are possibilities. There are estates sitting on those places that it would take you to move from your comfort zone to make them into your reality. Today, we're looking at the thinking, change brings new opportunities for abundance. And I take the bold step today. The greatest challenge many of us have is our inability to move out of your comfort zone. How many years would it take you to move out of your siblings? Many of you are so fixated in your siblings, it's almost as if they are running away. So you sit with them, you breathe with them, you think with them. You have not given room for moving out of that cycle into the future. Some of you are stuck in friendships that has not delivered the abundance you want. These friends are broke, and all you talk about is life is hard, life is tough. I am broke, you are broke, we can help ourselves. What do we need to do? Why don't we move into the future and go explore new things? I remember the lepers in the Bible. When there was scarcity and there was famine, they said to themselves, if we stay here without food, we're going to die. But we hear there's food somewhere else. But if we go in there, there are enemies, we're also going to die. What if we go and they spare our lives? Unknown to them, abundance was already waiting for them. Many of you have refused to move out of your comfort zone. And sitting in the comfort zone is a scarcity mentality, right? It looks like that's where you're protected, but you're afraid. You're actually a coward. And so it looks like you're protected and you feel cold. But you see, there is so much possibilities on the other side of the lake. And so you sit in toxicity. You stay in there saying, like, Lord, let me not go to the mountain. This place is sore, small mindedness, when actually there is limitlessness all around you. You had a failed relationship. And because of that, see, I'm not willing to try again. Really? Do you know how many men exist? How many good women exist on this planet? And so, because of some bad eggs, you're going to generalize. No, you need to get out of cowardice today because change brings new opportunities for abundance. And you need to take that bold step today. And so, a lot of us needs to know that embracing change allows you to grow and attract new opportunities. And when you take the required action to move in faith, the future of abundance open up for you. My mentor used to say to me, when you begin to think, act, and dress like your future, that future will open up for you. Today, you're going to focus your mind on the thought of what you can create if you move out of your comfort zone. Many of you ought to have left your villages, ought to have left your nation. God told Abraham, get thee out of thy father's house to a land I'm going to show you. I mean, do you want to think about what it would mean for him to leave his mother, leave his father, leave his siblings, and move to a place he doesn't even know? But he moved by faith because, you see, every time you move out of the convenient, everything you have ahead of you is limitlessness. Doesn't mean that it's not going to look tough, but being tough and facing that shape is part of the thing. It's actually a gym that exercises your muscle to overcome and overpower every obstacle. If you don't exercise your muscles, you can't develop six packs. So many of you are comfortable seated with the people you've always known all your life. People that if you don't see them for the next 10 years, they will still love you. You are related by blood, but you are comfortable sitting in sore. Today is that day to break away from the limitation and step into abundance. Where do you need to go that you have not gone? Who do you need to call that you have refused to call because you are afraid. You're living in imposter syndrome. You're listening to me today. Today is the time to place that call. Where do you need to be that you have failed to be? Because you are giving yourself excuses. Oh, if I go there, they might want to sleep with me. Excuse me? Who says everyone who goes there gets slept with? Oh, if I go there, I will lose my salvation. If you lost your salvation, you've always wanted to lose it. Right? So, what is that voice, the pathological critic that have kept you bound in that small places today? Why don't you go and see what happens? Right? What beliefs do you need to uninstall that is hindering you from abundance? What are those things you need to let go of today? It's time to step out of your comfort zone. You have stayed too long in limitation. It's time to step into the realm of abundance. To say, you know what? I release myself to the wind. Every time there's turbulence, the eagle releases itself to the turbulence. Because by the time the turbulence is settled, the eagle would have soared to a particular height. It never had the natural ability. So turbulence and tough times are movements that ensures that you develop capacity and moves you into a new realm. You can't sit where you've always sat. You can do what you've always done. For a change today, go somewhere else. You can eat where you've always eaten, Mama Put, or all those Booker kind of place. You need to go to another place where the caliber of people you meet there will actually take you to the next level. So, today's affirmation, you begin with it with an affirmation about embracing change. To say, I love change. And you see, you need to proactively lead change because change will change you. Someday you're going to grow old. You're not going to be able to run around like you can run around right now. So now is the time to build that network. Two, identify changes. You want to discuss as a family, as an individual, any change you're currently experiencing or anticipating. What change do you need to make today? Who do you need to say bye-bye to today? What relationship do you need to break so that you can move into your future, right? What group do you need to cut away from? The group that has limited you. All of you have seen yourself, you've not been able to help yourself, but then there is a group where they will intimidate you. It will look like you feel very small. But guess what? That's your Canaan. That's where you need to be. Where you look like everyone is like giants and you're like grasshopper. That's the place you need to be because as you grow through the rank, their energy and vibration will rub off on you and you begin to vibrate at a higher level. Now, reframe any fears about change into excitement for new opportunities. Have you been through divorce? Reframe that to say, you know what? I made it out of toxicity alive, and it gives me an opportunity to be in love again and to make my choice with sound mindedness all over again. Right? What is it that you're going through that wants to limit you? You need to reframe it into something positive. Do you want to relocate? It's another opportunity to prove your mettle in a developed society. Or you want to change career, it's another opportunity to dominate a new space, learn something new, and stretch yourself. Now, I want you to celebrate growth, reflect on past changes that led to positive outcomes and growth. There was a change that made you have your children, right? There was a change that made you leave primary school and got into high school and got into uni. There was a change that moved you from your village to where you are right now. There was a change that moved you from puberty to a full grown human being, right? And so change is always happening. And you don't have to be afraid of change because to create abundance, you need to change from scarcity mentality to abundant mentality, but you need to take abundant action, right? So maybe it's a change of restaurant. Go eat in a new place today, right? Rearrange your room and make it look a bit luxury, right? Change what you would watch on TV today and watch something that is out of the ordinary. Maybe those news that talks about stock market or that talks about the global economy or that talks about global warming. You want to do something new for yourself. For once, stop what you have been doing and read something new, right? And like I told you, sometimes I'm checking on YouTube the most expensive wine, 10 most expensive wine in the world. I'm checking the most expensive resort, abundant thinking. Because if you're not careful, you will keep thinking of small, 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 small things. And there's a guy who sang a song, Big, Big Things are the things I love. Don't you want big, big things? Right. So say after me, I embrace change and its opportunities. Change brings growth and abundance. My family and my life is open to new experiences. I see change as a positive force. Change leads me to abundance. We are adaptable and resilient. I embrace change and it brings new blessing. I welcome transformation with an open heart. Change is the natural part of life, and I grow stronger through change. Every day and in every way, I'm growing better and better. I'm changing my life, I'm transforming my life, and my life is making a new meaning. And I'm loving the abundance I'm experiencing because I embrace change in an awesome fashion. I want to appreciate you for joining me today. I'll see you on day 8. Go ahead and make the change you need to welcome the abundance thinking. I honor you. Let me hear from you how this is affecting you. I honor you.